2 days ago, I'm your defensive lineman.
Well, it's been interesting. It's been good. Guys have been working hard. We've kind of challenged them to, we got to step up. I think A.J. Jefferson, Ryan Brown has kind of been the leaders of the group. Those guys have led every day through their work ethic, way they have attacked practice. And the young guys are kind of following. I say the young guys. It's a little unique group. I got one senior and 7 juniors, and the rest of them are freshmen. So it's a little bit of a gap there, but the guys have been working extremely hard. Chris Jones has worked harder than he's worked 2 previous years, which is good. And I'm pleased where camp's gone thus far.
When you look at a guy, I talked to Will Coleman yesterday, and he talked about how, obviously he wanted to play last year, but in the end, he talked about how much that extra year helped him mentally and physically. What changes have you seen from Will in the past year?
I don't think it's any question that changed him. I think, number one, last year he wouldn't have been ready to play both mentally and physically. So things have a way of working themselves out. But he's a whole lot more confident now. He's been in the program a year. He's stronger. And having been in the program and not played, but been in the defense, now he's a whole lot more knowledgeable. He's not thinking, which means he's playing faster. And I've really been pleased. It started about the last week and a half of spring ball, and it's just continued so far through fall camp.
Your group lost a lot of guys from last year. How do you feel about the depth that you have with some of those younger guys? Well,
now's the time. Yeah, we did lose a lot, but every year each team changes. We got numbers. We do have that. Some of them young guys are redshirt freshmen. Some of those guys got to step up. Corey Thomas, he's had some good and bad days. Braxton Hoyette's had some good and bad days. Those guys have got to step up. Hopefully we get a chance to play them early, get their feet wet, and I think by the middle of the season they'll be really solid guys, solid backups. But somebody's going to have to step up. There's no question about it. I don't know if we'll be up front as deep as we were last year, but we still got to be able to roll 2 deep at least, and maybe 2.5.
Speaking about rolling guys, how are Nelson Adams and Nick James handling their competition there?
Well, Nelson's coming along. He's still probably not as physical as I want him to be, but he's getting better at that. Nick James has made tremendous strides. He's by no means a finished product, but he's moving in the right direction, which, is his time. If you look at it realistically now, he's a redshirt junior, so it's his time. Usually by that redshirt junior year, them guys start to figure it out, and he's coming along. I've been pleased with him. Just got to keep him focused each day, just take it one day at a time with Nick. And I pick at him and say, hey man, just hold it in the road today and just keep focused. And so far he's done that.
You talked about A.J. being a leader. What specific things have you seen from him in practice that he's been leading?
Well, AJ's a guy. A.J. loves football. That's obvious by the way he attacks it. Every day is the same. He works hard. He gets better. AJ, I laugh with him. He's kind of sneaky good. He got better on me last year and started to see it. And he was doing things. He was like, wow, that's AJ. Everybody obviously remembers Preston, but AJ did some really good things last year. I think it started about midway during the season, and he started to figure it out, and he works at it. AJ's a hard worker, as is Ryan Brown. And those guys kind of feed off each other, and they've been good for the group.
You talked about Chris Jones. You said he's working harder than he has the last 2 years. Is it just a focus thing? What is it with him that's making him work more, and how much is he working, flopping between the end and tackle?
Well, I'm not sure. You probably have to ask him. I think he's a little more mature. I think he's a little more focused. I think he knows what he wants. I think he was kind of embarrassed by his sophomore year last year, and then what we saw last year was not the real Chris. I think all those things have played a factor in his development, his push, his desire this fall, and it's his time. I mean, he's a junior. He's a true junior. Everybody knows he's talented, but he's got to put the work ethic, the time off the field into the game, and working his craft when he's out there, and those are the things I see him doing now.
What's your impressions of some of those freshmen in this first week and a half?
Well, we're just trying to keep them here. All of a sudden they get here and they ain't recruiting anymore, and you get out there to the farm and it's 100 degrees, and all of a sudden they start, man, I don't know about this college football, but they're doing well. All jokes aside, it's a good group. Keith Joseph has been a pleasant surprise. Anthony Mullins is a guy that's kind of like he's from Aliceville, but it's kind of like a typical Mississippi kid. Country kid. He's got a long ways to go, but he'll develop. Kendall Jones has done some good things, and then obviously Fletch Adams. He's got a motor. But it's a good mixture of guys. I'm really pleased with them, and I think before it's all said and done, they'll have really good careers here.
What difference have you seen from Calvin since the spring?
It's been kind of like Will Coleman in the sense that I think spring he kind of learned what to do. He's feeling his way around. Now he's a whole lot more. He talks a whole lot more. I mean, you know, it's tough for a junior college guy to come in January and all of a sudden they're thrown in the middle of everything and don't know anybody, and then be spring ball, boom, 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 and he's comfortable now around all the guys. He's laughing and joking. He's not a guy that talks a whole lot, but he's more comfortable, and it's allowed him. His personality has allowed him to play faster. He knows. He studies. He spends a lot of time studying because football is important to him. So that's allowed him to play faster. He's got a lot of natural pop. He's a strong kid. He's got a lot of natural pop, and I think he's going to be a good addition to us at the end.